Welcome back to our All Pro series. We got second team All Pro quarterback Josh Allen and MVP. We don't know how that happened, but that's what happened. So, anyway, going through this 2024 All Pros. Haven't done this in a while, but figured it's a good time to do this series. Definitely check out the Lamar Jackson. I kind of get a whole background on all that. But very similar. Obviously, we know these two are with Mahomes are at the top of the list when it comes to talking about quarterbacks. But both of them have similar dual threat skill sets. Obviously, Josh Allen is not the runner Lamar is. Lamar is not the thrower that Josh Allen is, but still that kind of dual threat. I talked about the different skill sets that you have for the quarterback position, and what we saw in Lamar's film, a lot of that ability to not only extend the play but having the arm velocity to make certain throws. And we know Josh Allen possibly has the biggest arm in the league, so there's that. So anyway, we'll be doing the same thing. We're going to do touchdowns under pressure, and then after that we'll look at some of Josh Allen's rushing touchdowns. We know he's a bit of a 1 yard goal line merchant, and so we probably don't need to look at that. We know what that is. But we'll look at some of the ones that he had that were kind of longer. So funny enough, Josh Allen and Lamar had the exact same. No, I take that back. I don't remember now. I think Lamar's was 7 plays. This is 9, but similar number. So anyway, we're just gonna go ahead and get into it. All right, so these are touchdowns under pressure. Again, pressure by definition of these stats is when a defender is within a certain distance of you. I don't remember if it's 3 feet or something like that. All right, so we're looking at the front. We got a loaded front, and we're under center. So we got a play action here. Running back stays in. Now, this is, once again, kind of one of those situations where the quarterback stands at the top of the or at the top of his drop, and really he drifts back a little bit, but that gives kind of a easy target for the edge rushers to get to. But they protected him for the most part. You just had a one-on-one matchup with the running back, so the defender did get close to him. But this is still a throw that's within rhythm of the play, within the time, and it's a man coverage. It's a one-on-one matchup that Coleman wins. Excellent accuracy and ball placement right into the end zone. It wasn't doing this last time, but whatever. We'll look at the end zone view. So this is, the defender doesn't touch him, so this is a clean throw. This is a clean throw for Josh Allen to make. All right, to our next one, and I might just leave the speed up. I don't like to, but better than going back and forth, in and out. All right, so we got 2x2. Once it snaps, looks like the running back is out in the route as well. And then we got 4 on the rush. So Josh is looking this way. It's a stunt, and Josh is looking this way. Well, really, no. I'll say it's the stunt because you should pick this guy up, but because they ran a stunt, 2 linemen ended up on one ended up free. Now Josh is looking this way. That's where he's coming, so that's where you get the pressure from. So it's a little bit of Josh Allen. It's also a little bit of the defensive scheme. Either way, makes the throw a little harder. You got to layer this thing. Josh throws it on the run. Excellent ball placement. And this is one where I wish I had it slowed down, but that's fine. All right, so we'll go from the end zone view, just see what I'm talking about. We're going to have a stunt. He's going to crack. This is basically ET stunt, whatever you want to call it. The end's crashing inside, and then the other one's going to loop. So Dawkins stays on him. Now, And really, I mean, he has to because this guard is not there to even help. So, yeah, good job by whoever that is. And then they loop around, so you have an open defender. So Josh is moving towards there. That's where the play is going, with a defender in his face, which I would say affects the throw because you got to change the trajectory. You can't throw that as a line drive, obviously. So he has to drop that down in there. Now, as you can see, let me see if I can get a little bit. If you can see this, he's beat the defender. Now, if that defender's not there, that's an easy, bullet pass. But since he's got a guy in his face, he's got to get it over to the defender, drop it down to his guy. That is end on the run. That's a difficult throw. That's where you got to have some touch. All right, so now we got an empty set. This is against the Jets. And we're near the white zone. Sorry, that did not pause like I wanted it to. All right, so we got a 4-man rush. And we got somebody that gets beat. This is true pressure. So then Josh has to step up, almost get sacked. Now this is, and again, please, people, we talking ball here. Do not get weird about it. When you look at the plays Lamar was making, this is more of one of those highlight plays. Lamar definitely put his team in position for those touchdowns, but his receivers was doing a lot of the work on those one-on-one matchups. This is one where Josh has to really work because he has to get through a couple of these. So we got one sack, the initial pressure, so now he's stepping up. And then the second, and he runs and throws. All right, so let's look quickly. Let's just look at down the field what's going on. Because I'm pretty sure I know what happened in here, but we'll get to it. So we got 5 out in the route. And it looks like they're running man. It's funny, you know what? Because everybody knows man 2, right? So cover 2 man, where everybody's manned up, and then you got 2 safeties deep. Right where I ended up pausing it, you can see that this isn't even 2 man. These safeties are not deep over the top. This is man spy. You got double spies because it's Josh Allen. These safeties are not even playing over the top. They are playing Josh Allen. Either way, nobody gets any separation in the man coverage. So the spies are looking for Josh Allen. Receiver just gets into a scramble drill. And Josh delivers it. All right, so let's look real quick at the end zone. I might be wrong. I thought that would have been Q Williams that got him. But now I can't remember Q's number. Is he? Yeah, I think he is 95. All right, so we get our rush. And yeah, Q's just passing, man. He's just, this guy's not moving his feet. So Q's running past him. So that's quick pressure in his face. Josh steps up, protects the ball, tries to get to open space. Now, a lot of times you'll see this. This will be a sack. They'll collapse down and make that. He does. He collapsed, but Josh ducks underneath them. Obviously, Josh is what, 6'4", 6'5"? You don't expect that. He ducks underneath to make that play. Improviser. Like I said with Lamar, that's what we saw. And that is, of course, when you watch the 2 all-pro quarterbacks doing this, and you hear people talk about this is what the modern quarterback or skill set that people are looking for, it's hard to ignore that. I'm not saying, I think there's room for different type of styles, but this is the type of style people want. Guys that could make some magic happen. All right, so we got an empty set. We got, it might be a simulated pressure, but a lot of people on the line. We got some safeties back. All right, so looks to me Yeah, so Josh Allen, you could already tell he's one of those guys that sits back in the pocket. So, and I talked about this with Lamar because he reached the top of his drop. Now, if he starts climbing, this doesn't go down as a pressure. But because he's standing there, he gives that defender that arc towards him. Because if he steps up, the defender is going to get pushed past him. But he's standing there, giving him a target. So the defender is close to him, so this counts as a pressure, but it doesn't really affect his throw. Like, to me, pressure is when, like that last play that we just saw, like where you in the play before where you having your throw affected. This is kind of one of those technical pressures where the guy ended up in the area when he made that throw. All right, so let's look downfield. Again, we got 5 out in the route. Definitely a man look. And again, and I said this in Lamar's thing, when you are, especially in the red zone, white zone area, when you run types of blitzes or pressures and there's no safety help, those one-on-one matchups, you got nobody to the inside to help you, or to the outside really. But yeah, that's a one-on-one matchup. That's free space. So Cooper does a good job of nodding inside, getting his feet settled, getting the defender's feet settled, and then breaking on to the inside. So let's check the end zone real quick. So it looks like they might have sent 4, yeah, on the simulated pressure, as they call it. And he comes late and just catches that guy off guard. Yeah, that's 4. So that looks like a defensive back. So he's just faster than him. Good job dropping his hips. But either way, you can see Josh is already throwing the ball. He's not even there yet. So that's not a pressure to me. And Josh threw that with one leg. Terrible technique. But we know he's got that type of arm strength. All right, so not much that anybody had to do on that play, in my opinion. All right, Titans again. We are in the white zone. Let's see. Looks like 3 out in the route. Running back will probably go out 2. Oh, he ends up going 2. I think they rush 4. So he goes late. Let's see. Let's watch the D-line. Yeah, they rush 4. They're definitely pushing the pocket. That I will say. They are pushing the pocket. I think that's true pressure. Where that kind of affects the throw. But you get the outlet, the receiver or the running back becomes the outlet late on that delay over the middle. Josh again fires that in. I mean, it's a short throw, so it's not bad. But if that's a longer throw with defenders, again, that velocity matters. You got to get that ball in there in a certain amount of time. But that pass actually leads them towards the end zone. So we'll see from the end zone view. That my boy Sweat. Man, I told people he was gonna be good. So Simmons is beating this guy. Simmons beat his guy. Sweat is blowing his guy up. And yeah, it's right. It's in Josh's face. But as you can see, they're kind of falling, so he doesn't have to change the trajectory, so he's able to throw a bullet pass right down the middle. It's a game of inches and seconds. All right, next play. This is the Dolphins. We are in the white zone again, under center. All right, play action rollout. Now this is a mess. This is a mess. Let's look at this from the end zone. This is definitely just improvising. Improvisation. That's what I wanted to say. All right, so they play action and then they roll out really naked which is interesting because, you know, you got all the defenders in the box, so we got a guy on the edge just waiting. So Josh pulls up as this guy's trying to take the perimeter away. And now, like I said, just improvising, creating magic. That's wild. That's wild. He just flips it again. Strength to throw that while under contact, and he just lost one up. That was backyard football. I mean, there's nothing else to say about that. That's backyard football. All right, we're against the Chiefs now. Let me just see. All right, so we got 3 more. All right, so we're against the Chiefs. We are in the red zone. A lot of people up on the line of scrimmage. Looks like we got 5 out in the route, or at least 4, and running back might be releasing. So they send the pressure. And that's definitely a true pressure. So let's see. I mean, that's a blitz. We kind of know what that is. We'll look at it though. But let's see downfield what's happening. So we're in a man coverage. And this is similar to what we saw with Lamar in a couple of his plays. We're in a man coverage on some type of crosser, and somebody is just not in good trail position. Now now that was illegal. That was that was illegal. Let's be totally clear. That was absolutely illegal. So they're looking for this rub route, but I want to give some props because these are professional athletes, man. I know people look at Madden ratings and fantasy numbers and be like, this guy can't play. Bro, this is a professional move. And this is Curtis Samuel, who's been a gadget guy. So he's coming down on this cross. I want you to watch him. So the reason this guy is not in trail position, because right now he's at his hip. He could follow him. Watch this stab. Curtis gives him a stab that freezes him because he's like, okay, if he's pushing vertical, I got to get ready to go. And I wish I'm not going to slow it down. You can watch it. But he gives him a stab that freezes him for a bit. And now he gives him a stab vertical. Then he gets shallow. Then he comes down underneath the pick. Now, again, it's legal to do if you aren't actively blocking somebody. Mac Hollins straight up just cleared that man. So I want you to watch Curtis Samuel and his technique. But also for all those people that say Chiefs get every flag, just watch. That was illegal as crap. But anyway, stabs, boom, gets underneath, wide open. Then he's just able to go. We'll go to the end zone to see Josh Allen. See how much they put on him. Okay, this thing would not pause. So we got our 4. We got 4. We got 5th. He drops. Most of the interior pressure is good. I mean, you don't want to see Chris Jones one-on-one with this guard, but Chris Jones is coming. This guy's coming free. This guy's coming too. So Josh is moving away from the pressure, which, you know, ironically, maybe by nature, they set this up. He's moved. The pressure is coming away from the pick. And sometimes you just get caught in the bad call. People got to realize that. I wouldn't even say a bad call. The pressure came from the opposite end of the pick route. So it's pushing him right to where he wants to go. And he drifts out, throws on the run. Throw is effective for sure, but wide open. And it's behind him. So, you know, it's not a great throw, but it's wide open. So, a lot going on that. A lot going on. All right. We got 2 more. This is the Rams. Let's see what we got. We're moving to a 3-by-1. 4-man rush. I don't know why this did that. Yeah, this is a screen. I kind of figured this was a screen. I don't really count this play, but we could look at it if just for people that want to see it. See how they set this up. We got a 4-man rush. We let him come upfield. Center starts to move, gets around him. Guard lets him go. Dawkins still engaged with his man. I don't know if that was the plan. Mac Hollins does a great job. Yeah, screen game. Screen game. Some people are screen enthusiasts. I mean, I could give you the basics, but there's not a lot to break down. All right, so last one against the Jets. We are right in the red zone. Let's see, 3-by-1. They motion. This thing never pauses when I want it to. So this is a 3-man rush, actually, because one guy drops off. So again, that is a crazy throw. That is so dumb. But anyway, actually I'm curious. Yeah, it's 3rd and 9. I was gonna say, was this 3rd down? Okay, so this is 3rd and 9. As you can see, this is not a true pressure. Reddick looked like he was about to, but Dawkins gets him on the last set. I don't know why he folded back inside, but either way, pocket's clean. He's good. He's drifting, and really, this is the quarterback inviting pressure. This is a coverage pressure, I should say. Nobody's really open, and yeah, that's. I mean, there's nothing I can say about that. There's nothing. There's no analysis. You are just literally throwing it up and hoping your guys bail you out, and they did. That's all that was. Anyway, so looking downfield real quick. Man coverage. And a good job at it too. They tried to get that running back across the field on that wheel. I believe that's DeMario Davis. Wait. Not DeMario Davis. I always do that. No, actually, old buddy left. That might be the other Williams. Either way, linebacker does a good job. That's gonna bug me. What was his name with the Jets? He was a Bama back. But anyway, great job. They pick everything up. Nobody's getting any separation really. Then this is what we call the second play. Everybody's just kind of playing. And he just throws it up there. And now the one thing I will say that had some type of technique is he put air on the ball. Because if you throw this obviously as a bullet pass, that's going to be a problem. So falling back, he is able not only to get the ball downfield enough, but with enough air on it to where now it's a jump ball situation. Because you could see that defender is fully extended. If that wasn't a jump ball, that would have been picked easy. All right, so let's jump over to his rushing touchdowns. And we will look again at some of the ones that aren't 1-yarders. Because he's got 12 of these. So let's just go through. This first one is not a 1-yarder. Actually, well, whatever. We don't have to worry about the speed. I'm recording this back to back, so this will be some time since you probably watched the Lamar one, but I'm watching it back to back, and seeing this versus Lamar is just so funny. It's so different. So anyway, we got a read option. Is this the Cardinals? I don't know. I think so. Defender, shoulders are already turned, so the edge is open. So Josh takes that. Has to do a little bit of power, but he gets in there. Alright, same game. In the white zone. We was in the white zone previously. See motion. And I believe it says this is a scramble. All right, let's see that from the end zone. That looked like a man coverage, but they also had a spy. Yeah, I see a lot of people chasing people, so... Well, no, you got some man, some zone. They passed that off. They passed this off right here. And it might have been a man with an IOU call. Man, there's a lot of different things you can do. Either way, he actually does get some pressure too. But it opens up because people are matching up. I mean, that's wide open. Buddha tried to finish. Man, yeah. Y'all should watch these back to back. Lamar and Josh. The styles are so different. All right, this is a 1-yarder. I'm not gonna worry about that. All right, let's see. This is against the Colts. We're in the red zone. We got an option or potentially. Yeah. This is interesting. I don't know if I've seen that before. Anyway, the running back's going on the perimeter. This is interesting. So the tackle is going to pull. I won't even call this a trap because they're blocking the edge. I guess this is a tackle power, whatever you want to call it. Either way, tackle's pulling, coming through here. And the read key's here. So if the read key plays the outside perimeter with the running back, then Josh keeps it and goes this way. To be honest, they probably going that way either way because these are two completely different sides of the field. So I don't really even think this is an option, especially by the way that he's standing. I think that was just I don't think they were ever going to give that. So anyway, design quarterback run. They pull across. I guess kind of a trap. You could call that a trap, a delayed trap. So Knox blocks the edge initially, then he peels off, and then he gets trapped by the tackle. And Latu does a good job. He actually gets through it. But either way, pretty open lane. And again, at the end of each of these plays, Josh has to fight through and make that happen. All right, this is the Chiefs. Yep. I mean, what can you say? All right, let's see what type of coverage we got. We got a fake little halfback swing screen. So they delay. They're running all these crossers. And Chiefs are just sitting down over the middle. Nothing's open there. Safeties are over the top. So once they match up, because this is what happened kind of with that other play. This is a zone, but they're passing these off, and they're like they're supposed to. So they caught all these crossers. But once you catch them in collision and match up, it basically looks like man now. Because now your back's turned and the space opens up, and that's what happens, which at least gives him the lane. Then the rest of it is just power. Now we'll look at the end zone because he had some pressure on him. All right, they rush 4. Torrent, man, that boy is strong, boy. I try to tell y'all, he might not be the fastest, but look at him moving Chris Jones up out of there. Sorry. So, Chris, I mean, what is it? Is it Osiris Torrance? I don't know. His name is always, I forgot which way. Either way, he actually creates this because he's not, now if he's just on his man, let's see what initial collision is. Yeah, if he's just here blocking him, this play doesn't happen. And these are the things that you only know when you watch football in the film. This play doesn't happen if we're here at a standstill. Look at him just completely clear this out. And yeah, there wasn't really any pressure because Josh was gone before Karlaftis ever did anything. So he clears him out. They got the match. And now he's just downfield. Downhill running. So credit to Torrance, man. Those are the things, man. Again, like I said with Samuel. Oh, Lord. Snow. I don't remember this game. Like I said with Curtis Samuel. People are like, oh, you don't have a high rating. You're this, you're that. Bro, these are professional athletes. These are professional athletes. Don't think anybody on this field with no talent. All right, in the snow. We got 3 out, whatever. This is a run, it's a scramble. Now this is crazy. That's kind of crazy because he was being spied. This wasn't like, oh, we caught him in man type situation. They're actually in the zone. They're all in the zone. Obviously, they're watching Josh intently. Like Fred, I believe that's Fred Warner. He didn't even look at Mac or whoever 13 is. He didn't even look at him. He was like, okay, whatever. He knows he has that help, but he's watching Josh Allen. And Josh starts up one way, cuts back the other way. Now he gets caught up. Now, I mean, that's the pass run conflict. Now, I don't know what a line of scrimmage is, but as a defender, you're in a run pass conflict. Because Josh Allen is now running towards your way, but you also got this guy. So if I run up, he can just dump it easy. If I stay on him, I give my teammates a chance to chase him down, but he's got an open lane. The only difference is if you know he's past the line of scrimmage, then just you go. But if you don't know if he's past the line of scrimmage, that's the run pass conflict. In the snow, so I mean, that's just a difficult task. So we'll see it from the end zone view. It's just good coverage. A little bit of backyard football right there. 1 yarder. 1 yarder. Another 1 yarder. Another 1 yarder. Josh making a case for my fantasy team right now. I'll tell you that. I will wrap it up with this. I don't know if it's the last one or not, but we'll wrap it up. All right, so against the Lions. And looks like that same play that we saw before. Where they're going to pull the tackle for this trap. Or is it the same play? Yeah, well, it's kind of the same play, just to the other side. So they got him. Dawkins is pulling around. I think no, this is the same play. The only difference is you had Knox on the line blocking him, but this time they had a H-back get there. And really, they all ran to the perimeter. Let me see if we get this sideline view. These defenders are going to run to the perimeter. Not sure why. So he's running. Maybe he thinks it's a pass play. I don't know why. And he's running to the perimeter as well. This is where you messed up. And so, yeah, that's an easy one for Josh Allen. So that is Josh Allen. I mean, again, similar in kind of conceptually what they do to a defense, but the execution, the physicality is different. Lamar, much more threat of a speed to the edge, much more of a make you miss in space. Obviously, Josh has a lot more power, able to get through those tough tackles, especially in the short area in the red zone, so in the goal line. But incredible arm strength. Technique isn't always the best. A little bit of backyard football. And I'll be honest, obviously this is a small snippet, but both were great. I mean, I know there's going to be the argument forever about who should have won MVP. Both were excellent. Both were top tier. Just in this little film session study, I think I'll take Lamar slightly because he wasn't as dangerous in terms of hurting the team. He wasn't as dangerous with his decision making like Josh was. And even though Josh definitely put a little bit more on his back, he was a more risky. And but hey, both had great films, so we don't even got to do the comparison. Those are all pro quarterbacks. Next up will be the running backs. First team all pro Saquon Barkley. Go to the comment section. Let me know what you think. Share it around. Get the convo started. And thank you for listening.